Tape Deck Media.
See you at the Potty Richter!
Hello, and welcome back to See You at the Potty Richter. My name is Chris Chapman, and joining me as always are my co-hosts Aaron Frescus and Joseph Beck Castro. We also have with us our very special guest Erika Shasky, who is going to join us as we continue our coverage of Arnold's 1993 cult comedy caper, Last Action Hero. Is it a cult comedy? Probably not, but I like alliteration. Anyways, today we're going to be taking a look at some more production info, so I'm going to throw it over to Aaron as he tells us some very interesting things about the movie. Aaron?
Alrighty, so we left off as they were finishing up the reshoots for Last Action Hero, and we're about to move into post-production, with director John McTiernan saying they had such a short amount of time for post-production that it's, quote, largely unedited, and large portions of it still appear exactly as it was when it left the camera.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Also saying that it needed tightening and probably another month in editing to tighten up the film.
Jesus.
But yeah, I'm beginning to think there wasn't any director who could have made that schedule work. And I say that because one of the criticisms from Zach Penn and Adam Leff had to do with John McTiernan directing the film. So I guess while writing the original draft, they'd pictured a director that could handle the comedic / satirical aspects of the script. Basically, they mentioned Spielberg or Robert Zemeckis. They especially mentioned Zemeckis. They especially mentioned Zemeckis. Like, they thought he would have nailed it. And like I recently rewatched Death Becomes Her, and I'm just like, man, it's just a good, like, I know that's more horror satire, but like,
sure,
he's just very good at like the genre stuff.
Genre. Yeah.
Yes. But like, do you guys think that, I know it's like kind of like a pointless question, like, because I know Spielberg is known for bringing stuff in on time and good, like basically anyone that could have brought it in on time but also made a film good enough to where the fact that these assholes are hyping it up so much would have been good enough to where the critics can't shit on it. Like, maybe Spielberg,
but like the thing is, Spielberg wouldn't allow it.
Exactly.
Like he wouldn't get pushed around. Like,
exactly.
Not that McTiernan got like pushed around.
Yes,
exactly.
He basically said he kind of did.
Okay.
So
but like,
there's no way that Spielberg he would have basically made them push the movie.
Yeah.
Or the date. Sorry.
Yeah, and they would have been too afraid to fuck with him too. Like
exactly.
Once production was started, if they fucked with him, I don't know.
So maybe Spielberg, like, maybe Zemeckis at that point too. I don't know.
Yeah, Zemeckis was big. Like,
he did Forrest Gump.
He had just finished
that year.
Back to the
94
Future.
Or 94. Yeah.
No,
a couple years ago, right?
Yeah, Death Becomes Her, and then I think Back to the Future 3, but before that.
Yeah. But like, so he's big enough that he probably, but again, he wouldn't sign on such an accelerated schedule. Like, that's what I'm saying is that, I don't know.
Anyway, I'm sure like even an experienced producer could have helped, because like that's who usually tries to keep like the timing in the movie and everything on track.
Yeah.
But apparently Joel Silver, who's like a very experienced action movie producer, wanted to produce the film, but was told no, supposedly due to good old Columbia Pictures chairman Mark Canton not wanting to, quote, share the glory.
Holy fucking shit.
Like, who knows if it would have made a difference, because he had a ton of experience. He produced 48 Hours, Commando, Lethal Weapons, the first 3 Lethal Weapons, Roadhouse, Die Hard, and both the Predators. In addition, like, there's a bunch more. But like, he ended up doing Demolition Man instead, which is a fun movie.
That's a good movie.
But I'm sure they weren't trying to rush shit. And
also an action satire, but whatever.
Yeah. Anyway, as if things weren't bad enough for Columbia, a little less than 2 weeks before the film's release, the Los Angeles Times printed an article titled "Phantom Screening, You Haven't Heard the Last About Action Hero," which claimed that Columbia held a second test screening for Last Action Hero in Pasadena in order to test the reshot scenes, even citing several anonymous sources that confirmed being part of the audience. Of course, Columbia denied it, and the stupid part is that they weren't lying this time. But at this point, pretty much no one believed them after the stupid shit they said about the first screening. So Variety ended up reporting about it a week later, that there actually was a film that was test screened in Pasadena, but it was actually Rising Sun, which stars Wesley Snipes and Sean Connery. So, I mean, I can see how they'd mix the two films up, you know? Austin O'Brien, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Wesley Snipes, Sean Connery. It just Yeah. That Variety article also mentions other rumors surrounding both Last Action Hero and Jurassic Park, one of which I found interesting. So apparently there was also a rumor that since Spielberg left for Europe so quickly after Jurassic Park to start Schindler's List, that George Lucas was, quote, really responsible for the editing of Jurassic Park, thus explaining the film's hard edge, which I thought was funny. But it just continues saying that had Spielberg been more involved, the dinosaurs would have been a kinder, gentler species, and some of the stunts would have been less horrific, unquote. But I figured like the whole kinder, gentler dinosaurs thing would have happened if Lucas was involved.
Yeah.
Because out of the two of them, like between George Lucas and Spielberg, George Lucas is really the one with like the darker, like
what do you
what vision of movies? Like,
that doesn't make any
What
fucking
are
sense.
we? Yeah, talking about kinder, gentler dinosaurs. Are we talking Land Before Time? What are we doing?
no, well, just like, if anything, there would be like a bad CGI dinosaur, like singing like a song, Return of the Jedi Jabba scene.
They bite them and then they bite them and then they apologize. What's the deal?
There would have been a lot more like that clumsy raptor shit that happens in the kitchen a little bit. Like when the
raptors would start talking, like in Jurassic Park 3.
And then they just bake them a cake instead and apologize. Like what's
start singing the song like in Jabba's palace.
Yeah.
Like where the raptor hits its head on the reflected surface, or where it's like slipping on the freezer floor. There would have been way more of that shit. If I don't know,
but yeah, that's
which if anybody is out there trying to give credit for fucking George Lucas for editing,
no,
you're off base.
His first wife.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like George Lucas, I mean, he made fucking not American Pie, god damn it.
American Graffiti.
American Graffiti, thank you. Like
George
the guy
Lucas is American Pie. American Pie,
like American Graffiti, and
edition.
everything. But like basically, Star Wars became Star Wars in like the editing room, like his first wife, as Erika mentioned. Not Marsha. That's she's from The Simpsons. Chris,
yeah,
is it? Is she?
It's like Marcy or Marsha Lucas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was like that movie got saved in the editing room. So I wouldn't.
Yeah,
no offense to George Lucas, like his ideas and his world building and everything.
Exactly. He's good. He's
great.
an idea man.
He's an idea man. The editing
point,
and everything.
Not so much an execution.
Well, at this point, it was 1993, so no one had the first. You don't have the first three like those prequels yet. So
yeah.
They're like, what did he only directed? He only directed the first one.
Yeah,
and then he didn't even write the rest of them, right?
No, I don't think so.
No, he wrote all three.
But
No. For
like the script
for the first three Star Wars, like the 80s.
Yeah,
like
he definitely wrote the second one. I don't know.
He wrote the second one. I thought Lawrence Kasdan wrote.
I thought the scripts were written by somebody else, but not sure.
Don't remember.
Kasdan directed the
second one. Pretty sure.
No,
Richard
Ivan Kishler. Ivan Kishler.
During the
Irvin
Irvin
Kershner.
Yes,
Irvin Kershner.
Lawrence Kasdan. Oh no, wait, but I swear
maybe. Yeah.
Anyway, okay. As far as Last Action Hero, they may not have held a second screening, but regardless, Columbia decides to make yet another genius decision by telling the LA Times that unless they agreed to never publish any pieces by the author of that Phantom Screening article that mentioned the studio, they would completely cut off the paper. No interviews, no advertising, nothing.
Yeah.
They gave the paper something like a week to confirm that they would do this. Of course, the Los Angeles Times refused. They're like, fuck you guys.
Yeah.
Basically calling their bluff, which worked because a week went by with neither party backing down, but nothing happened. It basically ended in a stalemate.
Wow.
So it just made Columbia look like a bunch of fucking sad assholes.
Yeah.
Like, which was great because that was leading up to the week of the film's release. Yeah.
God.
So Last Action Hero ended up having its Hollywood premiere on June 13th. Columbia spends $500,000 on its premiere, inviting 2,300 people. And they pulled out all the stops for the premiere party, bringing their Arnold balloon, even recreating the Hamlet set from the movie, and having the Leo the Fart dummy hanging from a crane hook. Both Shane Black and Zach Penn attended the premiere and did not like what they saw, with Shane Black telling Empire that nobody was really talking about how bad the movie was. They were kind of just like chit-chatting, but like nobody would mention the movie. And then Zach Penn saying that people kept coming up and being like, did you write all those fart jokes? And he's like, no. As well as asking him, like, why did you have that kid thrown off the roof at the beginning sequence? It made my kid cry. He's like, I did not write that. So yeah, there was also a story, which I don't remember if I mentioned. I know I told Erika, but like of Zach Penn and Adam Left doing that interview for, I don't remember the podcast that I was talking about. But the host ends up saying that he was he's an older Hollywood guy too, but he was at that premiere. He's like, I like the movie. I know you guys don't like it, but I liked it. And then they were like, whoa, wait a second, what? And then they started to like, this was like with 4 minutes left of the podcast. I was like, no, they're not going to get into it.
Oh my God.
They're not going to get into it. And he's like, no, he's like, we could probably do a whole other episode about that. But when I watched it, I thought it was hilarious. I loved the movie. And they were like, what? Which I get because they're so close to it. But yeah.
Sure.
It was one of their friends. They've known him since then. But anyway, Arnold, though, he was still in promo mode. Telling whoever, like, quote, I've turned out another great movie and everyone seems to love it and the critics have already said that it's going to be a great summer hit, unquote, and he's going to get proven wrong soon with that.
Yeah.
on almost every count.
So yeah, the same weekend Last Action Hero had its premiere, Jurassic Park opens in theaters, specifically on June 11th, and went on to make a record-breaking $50.1 million in its opening weekend, a record previously held by Batman Returns a year prior. Which was funny because Jurassic Park would hold that record for about a year when it was broken by Batman Forever, which later had its opening weekend record broken by The Lost World.
That's funny.
Which, for some reason, it didn't continue with Batman and Robin, but whatever.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah.
We'll have to look into that.
Jurassic Park ends up grossing... Jurassic Park grossed $81.7 million by the end of its first week, eventually reaching $100 million in a record 9 days. And I guess it goes without saying that when Last Action Hero was released the following week on June 18th, that it did not take the top spot at the box office. It did open number 2, making $15.3 million its opening weekend, which just about covers Arnold's salary for the movie. So I guess you got that covered at least, right?
Yeah.
See,
that's why Arnold's always positive. His shit's always
exactly. He's like, you covered my salary. It was a decent opening, but unfortunately it fell short of the $20 million it was projected to do for its opening weekend.
Yeah.
Hey guys, let's take a look at that top 10. All right. Anybody want to guess the top movie?
1993?
Yeah.
Sleeping with the Enemy.
Close. It was Jurassic Park.
The hand that rocks the cradle. Number 2.
That actually have a reference for in here as well.
Okay.
Jurassic Park made $38.45 million, so over 2.5 times the amount that Last Action Hero made.
Jesus.
Jurassic Park would keep the number 1 spot until the firm knocked it out, I guess, like a couple weeks later.
Really?
The 90s.
Yeah, the fucking 90s. Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
He was hot. Last Action Hero was number 2. Cliffhanger was number 3.
Ooh.
Hell yeah.
Which made $5.6 million. That was Sylvester Stallone, John Lithgow, which I know I've seen, but I think I just saw that one time when my dad rented it way back in the day when I probably shouldn't have watched it. Erica's like, yep. And that was actually in its 4th week of release, which I was surprised by.
Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it was really hanging in there, you know?
God damn it.
No. I mean, yes, but also no.
Number 4 was What's Love Got to Do With It, which made $3.6 million, and that was 2 weeks in, but which stars Angela Bassett and Lawrence Fishburne as Tina and Ike Turner. I'm not sure which one played which, but
that movie always looked like a TV movie to me. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a very I've never seen it, but it's probably just like a high production, like those all those
like the Temptations or something.
See, the Temptations is fucking good.
That's a good one.
I was literally at a bar tonight and the Temptations was on.
That is always on.
Immediately, it was on VH1, and I immediately thought of you.
That's the only place it plays.
Yeah, it's the only place it's always on. It's good. It obviously gets like enough viewers to where they're constantly playing it.
Yeah.
I think the only reason I think of it as a TV movie, What's Love Got to Do With It, is because Lawrence Fishburne looks kind of ridiculous. I should say Ike Turner looks kind of ridiculous. I don't know.
Now I want to see what he looks
with
like.
his afro and mustache. And
Are you talking about famed San Francisco or San Marcos resident until he died? Ike Turner.
Ike Turner.
Apparently, they both were nominated for Oscars for their performances. I don't know who they lost to, but I didn't get the kind of time to look that up. Number 5.
Yeah, what's Oscars got to do with it?
Exactly. Number 5, Made in America, which made $3.5 million, was in there for 4 weeks. That was Whoopi Goldberg and Ted Danson. Yeah. Okay. Which I'd never seen and wasn't sure what it was about, but I had the IMDb description here, which I would send you guys, but I'm reading off the iPad. So if either Joe or Chris want to look up what that little IMDb description is and wants to read it for us, because it is.
All right, I want to read this.
Okay.
Made in America.
Is that the one with Lisa Bonet too?
It might be.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Wait, have you guys not seen this?
No, I don't think I've seen it.
Meet in America.
Okay.
No, I know what it is, and I remember it coming out. But again, I think this was right around the time that Ted Danson did that blackface thing.
I don't know about the blackface thing.
Which Whoopi Goldberg put him up to. He did at like a roast. He did like a blackface at a roast around this time because they were dating.
Oh,
yeah, and it
That
was
seems
like
like-
there's pictures of you can see like if you look up Ted Danson
They were
blackface.
dating?
Do you know whose roast it was?
I don't remember. It was
Okay.
Joe.
Made in America. A young black woman discovers that her father was a sperm donor, and if that weren't bad enough, he's white.
Which is weird because I'm like, wait, is Ted Danson? He can't be the sperm donor.
Yeah, he is. That's what I'm saying. I
that-
think Lisa Bonet is the daughter.
Oh, so that's the young black woman. Whoopi
Yeah.
Goldberg's obviously not the young black woman. Okay. That's where I got confused. So, okay, so
Yeah.
Whoopi Goldberg
Well, it makes
might be her
sense.
mom, maybe?
Lisa
Oh.
Bonet's light skin. So
Okay, yeah.
I think it was Whoopi Goldberg's roast.
Oh, yeah, okay, that makes sense. Are you looking at that picture of him in blackface?
I haven't seen the picture yet.
Okay. Yeah, he got shit for that, for sure.
oh shit, Will Smith's in it,
Yes.
and Paul Rodriguez, and Jennifer Tilly.
Jesus.
It's like early 30s. Like
Yeah, this
definitely
is like minstrel show shit.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit.
They did that on The Little Rascals back in the day, too.
yeah, but that was in the 30s.
Lord.
This was 1993.
Oh my god.
No, Nia Long.
Nia Long's in it.
Nia Long, I believe, is a daughter.
Wait, really? So she's the main?
Oh, is it not Lisa Bonet?
I don't see Lisa Bonet. It's either
Okay.
her or Jennifer Tilly or Will Smith is a daughter. Or Peggy, yeah.
So
So
probably Nia Long.
yeah.
Okay.
Probably.
Okay. So then number 6 is Guilty as Sin, which made $2.7 million. It's been in the theater for 3 weeks, which was a legal thriller starring Rebecca De Mornay, or as I called her when I was younger, Rebecca De Hornay, because it was funny to me, and she's hot. I don't know.
God.
And then Erica's boyfriend Don Johnson.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah.
Erica loves her some Don Johnson. I don't know. NCIS.
Can't blame her.
That's not NCIS.
Good old Nash Bridges.
Wait, which one was Don Johnson in?
Miami.
CSI?
CSI.
Miami
CSI.
Vice.
Oh,
No, Miami Vice. Yeah,
Oh no, I'm thinking of what's his name, huh? NCIS is
Mark.
what's his name?
Yeah.
Mark Harmon. Yeah. See, I get those two mixed up.
Yeah.
So I've talked about my dad's best friend Doc, who is in like a lot of shit. You know, stuntman.
The stuntman.
Yeah, and I remember when I graduated college here, I was talking to him on the phone. He's like, "Yeah, oh yeah, no, I was in a little show up there called Nash Bridges, talking about like San Francisco." He's like, "Yeah, I was like stuntman driver for that." I'm like, "Yep, that happened here. I think I don't know, but apparently that happened here. Yeah, because it was Don Johnson and Cheech Marin.
Yeah.
Cheech Marin.
Yeah."
But as far as Guilty as Sin, it's probably the only one that I haven't heard of because I've heard of most of those. But it seems like one of those like erotic thrillers that they were super popular in the early 90s, which I think Rebecca De Mornay did a few of. Like that's what Hand That Rocks and Cradle.
Is she the lady from
She's in the Three Musketeers, the early 90s one.
the Tom Cruise movie?
Yes, she's in that. Risky Business.
Yeah, Risky Business. Okay.
Which was a female lawyer
Clearly.
takes on an accused wife murderer as a client, but finds herself morally compelled to betray him one way or another. It just sounds sexy. Anyway, number 7 was Dave, which made $2.5 million, and that was 7 weeks, so that had some staying power right there.
That's the one with Kevin Kline where his brother is
Sigourney Weaver.
That's Reitman, right?
Yeah, it's Ivan Reitman.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah, his brother's the-
No, it's not his brother. He's
Oh, no.
just a
Doesn't look
random
like, right?
asshole who happens to look exactly like the
That's
president.
the president. Yeah. And the president
I haven't
dies.
seen- apparently, that's good.
I like it. It's
Like a
pretty good.
Prince and the Pauper type?
Kind of.
My note here says, I think Chris likes this movie.
I've only seen it like once 25 years ago, but
Yeah,
I remember liking
me
it.
too.
I think I have a soft spot for Kevin Kline.
I just know it existed. I don't know if I've seen the whole thing, but it might have been on like HBO
Yeah.
at some point.
Ah.
And it was just like, huh, that's an interesting idea for a movie. Cool.
So I used to talk when you were before puberty.
Yeah. Before.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, that's an interesting idea for a movie. Maybe I'll watch it for a bit and then just don't watch it.
Number 8 was Once Upon a Forest,
The fuck is that?
which made $2.2 million. That also opened the same weekend, but that was an animated
Is
film.
that Forrest Gump in a fantasy.
Yeah,
version?
it was an animated film that seems like something that Erika would have watched when she was a kid. Like, it definitely seems like it was Hanna-Barbera's final film that was released theatrically. But it's about a young mouse.
Sounds like something I would have watched.
Yeah, it actually looks like a what's that guy's name?
Don Bluth?
Yeah, Don Bluth movie. It looks like the animation looks like
Wait.
Don DeLuise?
Continue with the...
Don Bluth did American Tail, Land Before Time.
Oh, yeah.
Little Toaster? Or is that somebody else?
That's Disney.
Swan Princess?
Probably. Like any movie that any popular animated movie in the late 80s, early 90s that wasn't Disney was Don Bluth, basically.
That's my nickname for my butthole when it gets hot.
Don Bluth.
No, Swan Princess. Jesus Christ.
Don Bluth.
No, Swan Princess. I gotta protect her. Because my butthole's a her, apparently.
Yes. Once upon a forest was a young mouse, mole, and hedgehog risked their lives to find a cure for their badger friend who's been poisoned by men. So, you know, those movies aren't going to do well. Just like any sort of like...
That sounds familiar.
I thought it was going in like a Secret of Nim direction.
Which, was that Don Bluth too?
I think that was. I'm not sure.
Secret of the Nymph? I believe that is a Skinamax special.
No, that's Secret of the Nympho.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said.
No, you said nymph.
Yeah, you said nymph.
Well, I mean, nymph is so short for nympho. It's a 1999 Skinamax starring, who's that? God damn it. All right. It was Shannon something, not Shannon Elizabeth, but there was some chick that was in all the Skinamax movies back in the day.
Okay, I didn't watch those,
no
unfortunately.
Yeah.
I was too busy with that scrambled porn.
Yeah.
We didn't have
The
Cinemax.
fucking purple titty.
You pause it, you jerk off to it. Didn't take much.
Pause it?
It doesn't. Well, no, you got to record it so you can rewind it, then pause it on the boob.
Okay. See, you were way more advanced than me. As I mentioned many times before, I just recorded the sound on my audio. I had a
Your talk boy.
My talk boy. I was all into stereos and shit. And then I would record the fucking softcore porn sounds, and then I'd fucking have it on a tape and listen to my fucking tape deck and beat off to that.
You know what?
It was a fucking struggle back in the day, okay? All you kids listening now, just think how good you got it when it comes to porn.
I really wish I had that VHS tape still, because it had like scrambled porn on it. Jamie Lee Curtis stripping from True Lies.
Yeah.
And then random scenes, like maybe like Jennifer Love Hewitt in a show where like something like got low cut, and I was like, well, that'll work for me.
She just looked kind of good that day.
And then,
can't hardly wait.
Yeah, a commercial that probably did something, like, I don't know, just like random shit recording. It was like a horny teenagers recording from the
fucking ESPN2, and they're like, hey girls, we're gonna work out this morning, you know, and they're all in their fucking workout suits and they're doing like jazzercise and shit.
The beginning of the Man Show where they're jumping on trampolines.
Anyways,
okay, so number 9. It was Menace to Society, which made $2 million, and that was in there for 4.
That's a great fucking movie.
See, that was starring Lorenz Tate, Samuel L. Jackson. And I think that was one of the few of anything I was writing right here sounded a few of those type of movies, which I was like, what do you call those type of movies? Like, it's a very specific category. It's like Boys in the Hood, like Juice. Like, are they like? It's not like a comedy, because you call like Friday is obviously a comedy.
Yeah,
no,
but
like, is it like a
coming of age type?
Yeah, but it's very
like
I want to say urban,
like white people saying it. Like, the description was a young street hustler attempts to escape the rigors and temptations of the ghetto in a quest for a better life. I've watched that one, but those movies are always good.
Yeah, I know that was like my shit, because I was like the biggest fan of Eazy-E back in the day. And funny story, I was thinking about this like 3 days ago of me and my brother being huge fans of Eazy-E around this time. You know, we're like preteen or whatever. And he's like, yeah, you know, just like someday I hope to meet up with Eazy, and like him and I will not do anything big. We'll just go like rob a liquor store or whatever, and then just fucking go chill and shit. I'm just like, and me at that time, I was like, yeah, that sounds fine. I'm like, so I can do that. I don't know. But yeah, there is that specific genre of movie. And if you say like urban or whatever, that's just almost a dog whistle for
there's no way to say it without sounding.
I can't think. I couldn't think of anything anyway. Number 10 was Life with Mikey, which I just love. God, that's 1.3 million.
Michael J. Fox,
Christina Vidal, and Nathan Lane. And it's to Michael J. Fox is a former kids star that's like a kids talent agent now. But it's just
I like that movie.
It's just like a nice movie. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's a fun movie.
I think it's fun to watch Michael J. Fox play like a total asshole.
Yeah, he is like the antagonist and protagonist.
Yeah, he's a misanthrope.
Yeah, there you go. But anyway, so I guess supposedly in the days leading up to Last Action Hero's release, Arnold had correctly predicted that the movie would underperform at the box office. This is according to director John McTiernan, who said that Arnold based his prediction off of polling numbers, which were not good.
I didn't know they did polls about that.
Yeah, so apparently heading into the week of its release, the studio had conducted audience polls that revealed only 12% of the people surveyed said that Last Action Hero was the movie that they were most looking forward to.
Damn.
That sucks.
But that was only like compared to 38% for Jurassic Park, but like that sounds low to me too, though. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm curious what these people were waiting for.
I don't know. What were the other things?
They were, what else came out? Oh, that Once Upon a Forest came out that weekend. So that, I guess, you got me. I don't know. Or what came out the week after? Dennis the Menace. That's what they were looking forward to.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, whatever. Like, that's not a big deal because Last Action Hero ended up kicking off the week of its June 18th release by finally seeing a jump in their numbers on that Monday, the 14th, where they went from 12% to 16%, which thankfully was due to the fact that audience polling numbers typically begin to improve as you get closer to the release date. Like, like as anticipation for the movie builds or whatever.
Yeah, it's fair.
Yeah. I've actually experienced that, like a smaller version of that with the comedy shows because I usually end up stressing out about the ticket sales, like leading into the show, like the week of the show. But there's usually almost always like a big surge, like starting like 2 to 3 days before the show date, basically, as people start figuring out their plans for the weekend. Happens almost every time. Anyway, unfortunately for Last Action Hero, instead of their audience polling numbers rising during that week, the week of its release, they dropped from 16% back down to 12%. Yeah. With John McTiernan later claiming is how Arnold predicted, like how his prediction came about.
Damn.
Which he says, quote, Arnold believes that 1 point represents $1 million over the opening weekend. So he knew on Wednesday of that week that it was all over. Unquote.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, and I experienced that side of that too, like a smaller version, like where the ticket sales have just been so bad on like Thursday before the show that you basically just like start preparing yourself for the fact that you're probably going to lose a couple $100 at least.
Damn.
And like the shittiest part is that there's nothing you can do about it because you're just basically waiting there and like, come on, like praying like enough people will buy tickets so that the room isn't just embarrassingly empty.
Yeah, the only difference is you're not allowed to call Jay Leno or whoever and get yourself on national television.
That's true. Speaking of embarrassingly empty, there's a pretty good story about the movie's release that's told in both the Hit and Run book and a 1993 Entertainment Weekly article titled The Lost Action Hero, although the details for each one are a little different, like near the end. But yeah, so apparently Columbia held Thursday night preview showings for Last Action Hero on June 17th, 1993, so the night before it officially opened, which I didn't know they did back. I don't know. I'm sure they've always done that, but yeah. I thought that was I mean, I know it's like normal now.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway. So the story goes that a few of the Columbia executives, specifically studio head Mark Canton, distribution chief Jeff Blake, and Sid, the marketing whiz kid Gannis, they decided to attend one of the preview showings in order to see a little bit of the public reaction of the film. And their night began on a pretty high note. When the first thing they noticed upon arriving in the theater was that 2 of the 3 showings for Last Action Hero were listed as sold out. Yeah,
that's not bad.
Yeah, exactly. Like they probably felt like such an enormous sense of relief. Like it's just been like one hell of a bumpy ride to that finish line, but all those months of just short-sighted decisions and half-assed effort were just paying off finally, you know? Unfortunately, they then went into the theater where they found out that in each of the theaters there was a ton of empty seats.
What?
So they head to the lobby, find out what's going on, and this is where the details differ a little bit. So according to Nancy Griffin's book Hit and Run, one of the theater managers explained to them that a computer malfunction had caused the showings to register as sold out, even though a quarter of the tickets were still technically available.
Jesus.
Oh, no.
Yes, which the Columbia executives were obviously not too happy about, and definitely sucks that happened. But also, it's kind of not really surprising considering how this movie just cannot catch a break at any sort of point.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's one version of it. And the only difference in the Entertainment Weekly article is the theater's reasons behind all the empty seats. which the article says was because the sold out signs were put on the wrong movie. Oh, and also those long lines of people waiting outside the theater, yeah, they're actually there for Jurassic Park.
Oh, fuck.
That sucks.
Jesus.
And I'm sure you guys would be super surprised to learn that Columbia pretty much immediately began blaming the media for the movie's lackluster opening weekend. Just claiming that they torpedoed the film with all the negative press before it even opened. Either way, though, even if the bad press didn't bury Last Action Hero's chances at the box office, it seemed like the critics' reviews definitely would have helped seal its fate because, like, a lot of the major publications handed out pretty scathing reviews for the movie. With Variety's review saying that it'll make you nostalgic for Hudson Hawk, which I've never seen that, but I know it's an ouch.
Yeah,
that's a burn.
That's a pretty big burn.
Did you watch that? I've never seen that.
I saw part of it once, but
I'm like, fuck this movie.
I just know it as like a
notoriously
piece
bad
of shit.
Yeah. Gene Shalit actually took kind of a funny dig at them on the Today Show, saying, quote, "It's supposed to be a movie within a movie. Turns out it's a movie without a movie."
Oh.
Ho-ho.
And I just completely forgot about Gene Shalit until I read that review. Like, you guys remember him?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bow tie, mustache.
Yeah, he's got a
weird hair.
very specific look. He's like very cartoonish. He kind of looks like if the Swedish chef from the Muppets fucked one of the Mario brothers and they somehow had a kid. Exactly like that.
But not the Mario Bros. From the video game. Captain Lou Albano is Mario. as fucking Mario.
Google a picture of him. I'm telling you.
I don't trust anybody that wears a bow tie, except for Bill Nye.
Right.
He's the only one. I'm serious. Like, I mean...
I'm trying to think of someone.
This is the big issue for Joe.
Well, two of you guys went to my wedding, and it was a no ties allowed. I specifically said on the invite, no ties allowed, and if you show up in a bow tie, you'll be asked to leave. Because they're the worst.
But why? Or sorry, bow tie. That wasn't good.
Because it's a pasta, not a fucking accessory. No, well, ties are just dumb. Like, they existed back in the day to cover up your buttons, but now it's still like a professional thing, and they're just... like, it's a literal noose around your neck. I don't fucking get them. And then it's just like, then if you get a bow tie, you're kind of canceling out the original purpose of a tie, which was to cover up your buttons. And it just looks fucking stupid. It looks like what a kid would wear going to church or some shit. I don't know.
Yeah. See, now you got me curious about why the bow ties started.
Bow ties are for your hair, not your neck.
Or for the bedroom.
Okay, but yeah. Not everyone hated the film, though. The New York Times called it, quote, "something of a mess, but a frequently enjoyable one." And it's like it's a mixed-ish review, but it's mostly positive. It also kind of called it like it might confuse audiences, but anyway. And then the Washington Post review said that it was, quote, "clever and intriguing," which I know sounds like something that a movie would. They're not allowed to do that, I don't think, anymore, or they get called out on it. Let's say the Washington Post actually said this movie is neither clever or not clever or intriguing or something like that. Or
Yeah. I get what you're trying to say.
You want a clever and intriguing movie, don't watch this. Yeah. And then they took like little part of it and then plastered it on the commercial.
Basically, this is the ass end of the greatest movie in the world. And they just take greatest movie in the world.
Yeah.
Like, greatest movie in the world.
Yeah.
But so President Clinton also came to the movie's defense, saying, quote, I don't understand why the critics were so hard on this movie. I liked it myself.
He's not wrong.
He seems like the type of guy that would like this movie. And that's not me shitting on it. I like it too, but I don't know. I mean, even Siskel and Ebert gave it a few compliments when they reviewed Last Action Hero on their TV show, with Gene Siskel praising Austin O'Brien's performance, and then Roger Ebert saying that he enjoyed the way the movie poked fun of action movie cliches. Despite that, they still ended up giving the movie 2 thumbs down.
Damn.
But with both of them kind of criticizing the film's uneven tone, and I'm sure there was more stuff. Actually, Roger Ebert mentions in his Chicago Sun-Times review, the one that he wrote, that the script takes no real risks, and then writes, quote, "There's a lot of action in Last Action Hero, but the underlying story never, ever quite works. From beginning to end, the movie is about a gimmick without ever transcending the gimmick." And I know it doesn't sound like it from that quote, unquote, but I know it doesn't sound like it from that quote, but Roger Ebert's Sun-Times review is actually one of the higher rated critic reviews. Damn. Because he gave Last Action Hero 2.5 out of 4. Yeah, so more like it was like 60, I don't know, anyway. Which makes sense because his review honestly kind of reads like he really wanted to like it, but then just ended up kind of disappointed by the result.
Yeah.
Which was a nice change of pace because most of the reviews that I read, like I said, were just Like they basically seemed like they were just waiting to dig into the movie and just like so just hoping for it to be bad so they could shit on it just because like the way it was presented, like the stupid marketing.
And they're pretentious. So
yeah. The movie got compared to, I've never seen it, but The Purple Rose of Cairo, which is a Woody Allen movie. And then there was one more. I don't remember. But The Purple Rose of Cairo is like it's like Last Action Hero is like a reverse version of that, to where The Purple Rose of Cairo, Jeff Daniels comes out of the screen, and I don't know. It's a Woody Allen movie. It's probably fine. I don't.
I mean, I like all those movies except for that nervous guy that's always in them.
Yeah. By the way, the best part of that Siskel and Ebert review or episode is that they reviewed Jurassic Park pretty much right after they did Last Action Hero, even though it came out the week before. And I was totally expecting them to just completely fawn over it and like give it 2 chubs up instead of 2 thumbs up or something like that. But they're way harsher, or just harsher than I thought they'd be.
Really?
Yeah, they did give it 2 thumbs up. Although Gene Siskel introduces it by saying Spielberg's special effects dinosaurs are truly thrilling, but unfortunately his human characters are not. And then both of them also agree that Jurassic Park is a bit too scary for the kid audiences that most of the film's marketing seemed to be aimed towards. With Gene Siskel suggesting that it might be too intense for any little bitch-ass kids under the age of 10. Not a direct quote.
First of all, I very much enjoy Last Action Hero more than Jurassic Park.
Same.
But what was that Ebert? I don't know. Just said, like, I feel that's kind of a problem with this movie as well. So maybe hit the nail on the head where you said, like, the dinosaurs were too scary for the young children. But go ahead.
Well, yeah, which I think I know what you're going to say next. But Siskel then compares Jurassic Park to Jaws, but adds that unlike Jaws, Jurassic Park lags. The movie lags when the animals aren't on screen because Jaws had, quote, 3 marvelous characters hunting the shark. Jurassic Park only has Jeff Goldblum, unquote. But yeah, he basically praises the special effects while, like you said before, calling the human characters boring, with the one exception being the Malcolm character, which I do agree with, although I definitely think that's due to how, like, naturally, like, charismatic and charming Jeff Goldblum is, Because that Malcolm character in the book is kind of a blowhard, but, like, the movie Malcolm, I would totally blow hard.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, Roger Ebert also points out that the movie doesn't really have that sense of awe that some of Spielberg's previous films had, specifically mentioning Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Anyway, so I asked you guys to rewatch it for this episode, and I know it's been probably a little while, and this is probably an obvious question, but I'm curious to hear if there's any doubt from any of you guys about which is the better movie, and then also, is it the same one that you prefer to watch if given the choice between the two?
Well, I guess I'll continue my point, which goes into that. I guess part of it was when I was watching Last Action Hero today. So we're recording this a little later than usual. So if this comes out later, then you can know it's my fault for watching the movie. Cause that's how podcasts work. But I think, Last Action Hero was kind of geared towards younger audience, I guess. But I think a lot of it, it's kind of like The Simpsons were back in the day, where it was, people thought it was a kid show, but it was just like an adult show. And this one was kind of geared towards kids, but like, I don't think kids could really get a lot of the jokes and the tropes and everything. And I was trying to explain this to my wife like a minute ago. And I was like, I found this Simpsons like tropey stuff like funny. I'm like, wait, did I find that funny? Or did I just learn it from The Simpsons and then go back and watch stuff and realize how good they are at satirizing it? So I don't know. I'm not a film critic, which why the fuck am I on this podcast, right? I always enjoyed this movie, and when I came to Jurassic Park, I enjoyed it, but I was never like blown away, and it's hard to kind of detach yourself from your adult self and movies you watched when you were a kid. So I guess I'll do the logical fallacy of appeal to authority and say Jurassic Park is a better movie, but I'd much rather watch Last Action Hero any day. And I personally enjoy it more. So,
I mean,
agreed.
Yes. But Joe sounds like he's like doing it because like saying the Last Action Hero is better or Jurassic Park's better because, that's what
the man
says. Exactly. That's what the fucking film nerds are telling us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, I have a lot of stuff that I enjoy, and a lot of stuff that I enjoy is, like, really good, but I definitely kind of, I don't know, I guess, I don't know a way to put this. Maybe this is going too deep into myself, but, you know, like, when it comes to, like, The Wire or The Simpsons, you know, I'm just like, oh, man, I fucking love this show, but also, like, look at everybody else that says it's, like, the best fucking shit ever, you know? So I'm not really necessarily good at, I would suck as a high school English teacher, you know, like looking at the themes and all that shit. Like, I just like what I like, and I can understand why things are good and bad, but doesn't mean I like them more or less.
Yeah, that's fair.
Basically, I'm just trying to say I'm fucking dumb.
What about you guys?
I don't know. It's pretty straightforward. For like, Jurassic Park is a better movie. I'd rather watch Jurassic Park most of the time. I like Last Action Hero a lot, but I do think that the plot is a little thin.
See, that's how people talk, Joe. That's how the film nerds talk.
It's like not like way more so than Jurassic Park, but just like a little bit comparatively. I also just find that Spielberg is trying to do more, like, visually. Yeah. Like, there's a lot more interesting stuff visually with Spielberg. And he's doing, I guess, the things that keep me hooked on Jurassic Park that make me want to watch it more are, like, you know, it's not the same thing. It's not an action comedy. There's way more suspense, and it's exciting, like, almost the entire time. And after rewatching it, I gotta say, the score does a ton of heavy lifting. The score is fucking insane for that movie. Like, like all the really tense scenes, all the, like, look at the dinosaurs and how awesome they are. Seeing, like, that's all the score doing a lot of the heavy lifting there. Yeah, but yeah, interesting. It's more. But I'm a huge Spielberg fan, so yeah. I mean, I like pretty much all the other movies I've seen from him. I don't know. I guess, like, suspense is an interesting thing, because I just rewatched Enemy of the State, and like, that movie still holds up. It's still a great fucking movie, and it was suspensed, whatever the fuck you want to call it, you know.
Suspensified?
Yeah, there you go. But, like, suspensational. Yeah. But, like, watching Jurassic Park, I'm just like, I know what happens. Like, that guy's gonna die, that guy's not, whatever. But I'd rather, like, especially just, like, the middle of a movie, I think I'd prefer Last Action Hero, because, like, obviously I know everything's gonna work out for Jack Slater, but that's because they're in a movie, so it's funny. I don't know. Anyways, I'll stop talking for a while. Erika, what about you?
I completely agree with Joe. Aaron asked me the same question the other night, and I literally said the same thing Joe said, where it's like, I get that Jurassic Park is supposed to be a better movie. It's a dinosaur. I get it. Like, whatever. But, like, I'm never excited to watch Jurassic Park. I already know how it's going to go down. Like, anytime Last Action Hero's on, I'm like, oh, shut up. Last Action Hero's on. Like, it's not just a predictable film that, like, I know it's going to happen. Like, the jokes hit differently different times. The heart hits differently different times. Like, there's jokes that maybe I missed the first time. Like, there's always something new that you get out of the movie. And I don't know. Personally, I would rather watch Last Action Hero over Jurassic Park, regardless if I'm being told Jurassic Park is a better movie or not.
Yeah. Well, I would rather watch, I think, Last Action Hero, just because it's a little more fun. But I think Jurassic Park's a better movie.
Yeah, that's fine. Schindler's List is a better movie than fucking Commando, but give me Commando every day.
Exactly.
That's fair.
I like Jurassic Park. When I was watching, I was like, this is like a pretty good movie. But, like, for me, it kind of depends on my mood. But I think as a whole, I prefer to watch Last Action Hero. If that makes sense. Like, as a whole movie, like, if someone asked me to pick just 3 scenes that I wanted to watch from, like, both movies, you only pick 3 scenes to watch. I'd definitely end up choosing. They'd mostly be Jurassic Park. It'd be like the T-Rex fence scene, probably a Velociraptor scene, either like the clever girl or the kitchen one. Yeah. And then maybe like either the funeral scene from Last Action Hero or like Samuel L. Jackson telling people to hold onto their butts. Like, I don't know. I really enjoy
ice cream scene.
From what?
From Last Action Hero.
Oh yeah. It's just like I really enjoy Last Action Hero and would probably choose to watch that as a whole, but because it's faster paced. But when Jurassic Park is good, it's really good.
But like,
if that makes sense.
It takes forever to get into the film, and like watching Last Action Hero, you just come straight into the action. Like you're like, whoa, what is this?
I completely disagree, but yeah.
Especially
it's like Die Hard to start off.
Last Action Hero is lighter for sure.
Yes.
Like it moves, I get that, but like I don't know. Jurassic Park is
especially
I guess dialogue matters a lot to me, and it's way better written in Jurassic Park because they're not writing jokes in Jurassic Park. They're writing actual like dialogue for two human beings to say back and forth to each other.
Who talks like that?
Hate people talking.
Nobody goes around being all like clever girl and stuff like that. Like that you sound like a fucking idiot.
How many Australian hunters do you know?
Oh, like 7 at least.
I was gonna say none personally, but
by the way, mine definitely depends on if it's in the theater or not. Because if it's theater, Jurassic Park, because that movie's
I don't know. Have you seen Last Action Hero in theater?
No, but I guarantee you, yes, Jurassic Park at the theater, but also like just with their criticisms, with Ebert saying that didn't have that sense of awe. I don't know. Like
he said that about Jurassic Park? Right?
Yes, he said that about Jurassic Park, that it didn't have the sense of awe that some of Spielberg's previous films had. Me.
Again, I'll reiterate that I haven't watched Close Encounters in a very long time. But that seems not like, what do you mean it doesn't have the sense of like I just don't get that.
I never got it with that movie, but dinosaurs are also for fucking children. And I watched it as a child. I wasn't into it.
Yeah, that's what you said when you were a kid. Dinosaurs are for fucking children. This movie's stupid.
Also, I don't know what that means.
I didn't watch it until 7th grade biology class. And I was really terrified and hiding behind my textbook the whole time, so I can't talk.
Yeah. Well, what I mean is there's only 2 type of people that are into dinosaurs, children and paleontologists. I don't fucking care about dinosaurs. They're just big animals, like, cool. I don't fucking care. Like, it doesn't intrigue me at all. Like, aliens and shit, like a giant shark. I mean, technically, yes, it's a dinosaur. Like, we won't get into the specifics. But, like, that shit is, like, intriguing because it's, like, scary, I guess. I don't know. But
there was suspense to that. There was no suspense to, like, what does the dinosaur look like? Is it, I mean, I guess maybe a little bit with, like, the velociraptors chasing them through the kitchen, but, like, at no point was there any suspense, I felt like, in Jurassic Park, where...
That T-Rex scene is, that car crushing scene? Yeah. Okay. Anyway, we're just going to keep arguing about this. Okay, so getting back to it. So apparently a couple of other things that Last Action Hero had going against it were the fact that its marketing basically ignored Arnold's biggest audience, which might not have been such a big deal, but the studio's tracking, like their audience tracking polls, had shown that most audiences weren't entirely sure what the movie was about, or whether or not it was a typical Arnold action film or a kids movie, which I could definitely see having a negative impact on its box office sales, especially when you're going up against an extremely marketable, like the dinosaurs of Jurassic Park.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I actually remember not getting what Last Action Hero was about until I eventually watched it later on video. Granted, I was only 10, but still, like, the only thing I remember about when it came out in the theaters was that it was a new Arnold movie and that it didn't have dinosaurs in it. What?
No, that's not true.
There's one scene with dinosaurs.
She's not wrong. There's dinosaurs in it.
It's literally in the picture.
Oh, sorry.
No, that checks out. I don't know. I haven't seen the movie in a while, but this might be what they call an accidental masterpiece. Like your Star Wars, your fucking Office Space, and everything. But usually it's kind of no one thinks this thing's going to happen. It's kind of a shit show and it becomes like a great thing. I think it's weirdly kind of the opposite, is the studio's pushing it as an amazing thing, but they're doing all the worst parts.
Yeah.
But then it kind of comes out like actually a really fucking good movie.
Yeah, it comes out fine. Like, I think pushing it against Jurassic Park, because I don't know, it's just a different movie. Anyway.
Yeah. Okay, so, I mean, what's this movie's biggest problem is it was overhyped and it came out and it didn't make a lot of money.
It was overhyped. It didn't make a lot of money.
Yeah.
On top of that, the fact that it came out a week after Jurassic Park, I remember, I know I didn't see Last Action Hero in theaters, but I definitely saw Jurassic Park, which I suppose makes sense because I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think my parents took us to more than maybe 1 or 2 movies a month, 2 at the max. And with those 2 movies being released so close to each other, are you going to watch the movie about dinosaurs escaping from a theme park, or are you going to watch the Arnold movie that you're not sure what it's about?
Yeah.
But yeah, so plus just the marketing, man. The marketing was way better. It's also way easier to market Jurassic Park. Universal's marketing was probably this is going to be, there's no way we can fuck this up.
I was going to say, so I don't know anything about the marketing. I was too young to know anything about that. When we were talking before, Joe asked, what was the biggest problem with this movie? I think part of the problem with this movie is that it's kind of ahead of its time in that it's genre bending in a way that not a lot of movies were doing at the time.
Yeah,
it is straight up an action movie. It is also straight up a satire. Mm-hmm. It is also trying to be a relatively family friendly adventure movie. Trying to do all those things. Movies now still have that problem where a trailer won't really know how to sell a movie if it's more than one thing or if it's a new thing.
Yeah.
Back then, when movies were even more slotted into categories, if it's an Arnold action movie, it's an Arnold action movie, and that's it. It can't be another thing.
Yeah.
You can't, But
you're also expecting it to be rated R at that point, too.
Yeah, true.
So, I don't know. Anyway. So, following Last Action Hero's disappointing opening weekend, Columbia immediately adjusted their ads for the movie in an attempt to attract an older audience, specifically the 18 to 35-year-old male action movie fans that had made Schwarzenegger's R-rated action films so successful in the first place. I said that weird, but you guys get it.
Yeah.
But Last Action Hero's marketing campaign pretty much ignored them. They were focused on the kid, aimed towards kids. And I'm guessing that was probably due to both Columbia and the marketing dynamo Sid Ganis incorrectly assuming that this particular demographic was part of Arnold's built-in audience, even though they were actually just straight up action movie fans and not necessarily Schwarzenegger fans.
Yeah.
I could be wrong.
And probably not, especially if they think it's a kid's movie.
Exactly.
Which you would not be blamed for thinking, considering that it has a kid in it.
I was thinking about that because...
a kid sidekick, I guess.
Kindergarten Cop didn't do as well. I mean, it did good, but it didn't do as well as I don't know, Total Recall or Terminator 2.
Yeah.
But Twins did really well, but it was also Arnold's first comedy. So I think that, and plus the whole thing with it was it's also an adult comedy.
Yeah.
Too.
There's no children in it.
Yeah. Twins.
Yeah. Anyway, either way, Columbia had to do something. So the TV ads, which were targeting a younger kid audience by mostly focusing on the Danny character and the whole wish fulfillment aspect of the movie, I watched them. There's lines in the trailer that said, it's Don LaFontaine, of course, but he's imagine if your favorite movie hero stepped off screen and you guys could hang out. Basically that. Yeah, very focused marketing. So they started off with those type of ads. But once the movie underperformed during its opening weekend, Columbia released new ads that focused solely on Arnold kicking ass and blowing shit up, with not a single mention or even appearance from Austin O'Brien's character in the ads.
Damn.
They also changed up their print ads, with the newspaper ads going from the one that I just sent, from that, which is just basically the movie's original poster. The one where, where Arnold's hair is flying. But they went from that to this right here, which kind of looks like it could be from End of Days.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Or fucking Red Heat.
Yeah. It's just a black and white shot of Arnold in profile and carrying a gun with the title of the movie at the bottom.
The gun is bigger than his head. Yeah.
But which is funny because of how much they were against the violence and the guns and all that before. And then I started losing money, and then it was fuck it, throw a gun on there. Unfortunately, it seemed a little too late for all this because Last Action Hero's box office numbers would experience a 47% drop during its follow-up weekend, bringing in only $8 million and falling to the number 4 spot at the box office when 2 new movies were released, which were Sleepless in Seattle, which took the number 2 spot, and then Dennis the Menace, which took the number 3 spot.
Hell yeah.
That's an insult.
I mean, that movie's all right.
Yeah, that movie's fucking with Walter Matthau, and that's how I knew there's a flower that only blooms once a year.
Is that a true flower?
Yeah,
I think it's real.
Interesting.
Yeah. I don't know if it looks like
I think that was written by John Hughes, too.
Was it?
I think, but I could be wrong.
Interesting.
Anyway, and by the way, Last Action Hero underperforming at the box office wasn't just a problem for Columbia, because all 2,306 movie theaters that booked Last Action Hero were now pretty much stuck with it as well for a minimum of 4 long, unprofitable weeks.
That sucks.
Yeah, which sucks for like the bigger theaters, but just must have really hurt any like smaller theaters. Like the one or two screen theaters.
Damn.
But you're just like losing money, especially if no one's going after the first or second week.
Half your showings are empty. Yeah.
Yeah. So according to a 1993 LA Times article, due to the movie's hefty marketing costs, Columbia asked for, quote, unusually large cash sums up front from any chains that wanted to book the film, unquote. Wow. But Variety then also reported that the studio received an upfront total of around $60 million from all the theaters. Jeez. Like total. Although an anonymous source for Columbia told the LA Times that the number wasn't quite that high, but, you know, yeah, okay.
This is starting to sound like a scam.
Apparently, the studio had set up a deal with the movie theaters, which I thought I understood, but then I started second-guessing myself after rereading it, so I'm just going to quote it directly from the LA Times article, which says, if the movie does not return at least $60 million to Columbia, the studio will refund the difference to the exhibitors. It will also renegotiate the terms of how it splits the box office gross with the theaters to induce them to play the film a little longer, as well as working to ensure good ongoing business relationships, unquote. And I guess I think the part that I didn't get was that first part about Columbia refunding the difference. Like, after reading it, like, I'm going to assume that Columbia... So it sounds like it's going under the assumption that Columbia did get $60 million, like, from the theaters.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Yeah. They got $60 million up front, and they were like, look, if you don't... If it doesn't actually make that, we'll give you back some of your money.
So basically, if the theaters don't make their money back, like back the money that they paid to book the movie, then Columbia will refund them the difference, right?
Yeah.
Okay, it's just confused me. Like, it confused me because, like, the article starts with, like, the amount that the theaters paid could have been $60 million.
Yeah.
But then it wasn't a for sure number.
States. Yeah.
But LA Times. Anyway. And by the way, that 4-week minimum booking period that I mentioned earlier, yeah, that's just for the smaller market theaters, because supposedly Columbia required theaters located in bigger urban markets to commit to Last Action Hero for at least 12 weeks. So about 3 months. Yeah.
God. Like, movies used to last longer back then, so I guess it wasn't as bad, but like, if it dropped off that much in the first couple weeks, that's a fucking pain.
Yeah, I went and was looking at going and watch the Thunderbolts like a week ago, and it wasn't anywhere. Like, what the hell? I think it was in theaters for like 2 weeks.
Did that bomb?
Apparently.
It didn't do as well. It sucks because Captain America Brave New World apparently did like 3 times better.
We watched that. It
was a much worse movie.
Oh, yeah, I heard Thunderbolts was
Thunderbolts is good. Thunderbolts is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I didn't even know it had come out yet.
The LA Times article also mentions a rumor stating that Columbia could possibly release the theaters from its 4-week minimum commitment if the theaters held on to Last Action Hero until In the Line of Fire, Clint Eastwood's movie, opened on July 9th. At which point the Clint Eastwood movie would basically get replaced would replace Last Action Hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
But a spokesman for Columbia was basically like, no. Those movies were booked separately, so that's not happening. Like, if we're going down, so are you. Like, everyone's going down with the ship. Yeah. Fuck that.
I'm just curious how well that movie did.
That movie had a way smaller budget, and it made money. I know that because I looked it up. But I know I think their budget was super low, though. Like, not crazy. But anyway, by the way, those 2 movies, Last Action Hero and In the Line of Fire, basically caused Columbia to halt the development on any new projects, like the cost of them, with Variety reporting in April of 1993 that the 2 movies had created an imbalance at the studio because, quote, this is a quote that they got from the producers, I think, that worked for Columbia, that were pissed because their shit wasn't like there was no development money. Anyway, development spending was curbed shortly after Schwarzenegger agreed to star in Last Action Hero in December. And the harness on acquisition and development began to lift last month. That was in April. So from December to March, they
didn't greenlight or were accepting nothing, basically.
Like any projects?
Yes, no projects. Because of those 2 movies.
That's kind of a long time for a studio to not produce anything.
That is such a huge bet on this movie.
Yes, exactly.
That fucking tanked.
And one of the other quotes in there from them was like, they're not thinking long term at all. They're just not at all. Like, I don't know.
Holy shit. Yeah.
Anyway, Last Action Hero would eventually bring in $50 million domestically, which meant that Columbia definitely had to reimburse all those theaters.
Yeah.
But only $10 million, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, the movie ended
What's
up...
an extra $10 million?
Yeah, exactly. But the movie ended up with the worldwide gross of $137.3 million, which would have been awesome if the movie had that $47.5 million budget that Columbia originally claimed that it did.
Yeah.
But not so much for its final budget. That was supposedly anywhere between 60 to 70 million on the low end.
Yeah.
And then I think one of the highest ones I saw was like 120 million.
That seems unlikely.
Yes, it's listed on IMDb and a bunch of other places as 85 million. So let's stick with that.
Yeah.
In any case, Columbia took enough of a loss that Mark Canton canceled the plans for the intended sequel. Yeah.
Do you have anything about what that sequel was going to be?
No. I mean, I didn't look it up, but
I find that, I mean, I guess it would be easy enough to just be like, he still exists. He still has a ticket. We do it again. But like, I just don't know what they would do. Yeah.
They also, it was in, on AFI.com. Yeah. Sorry, I get those mixed up. But AFI.com, and it was in there because they have all the movies that they have listed on there. They have a short little history, and it's like cites all the where they're getting everything. Like the New York Times said this. Anyway, it was listed by some paper that I've never heard of, but it said that it was supposed to be like it was intended or scheduled or intended to be released or whatever summer of '94. But Schwarzenegger was doing I think he jumped right to True Lies. So I don't know. Like
that seems like
like
maybe at one point it was on the schedule for summer of '94, but I don't know.
Anyway, Last Action Hero was the 16th highest grossing film of 1993, placing it 1 spot above Hot Shots Part D, 2 spots lower than Free Willy.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's not bad. Free Willy, that was a
movie.
big
It was
movie.
huge. Yeah.
Yeah. Still slaps.
It was a whale of a movie.
God damn it.
It's a whale of a tale.
Anyway, so
it fucking was a killer movie.
Yeah.
No. All right.
So Sylvester Stallone actually had 2 movies in the top 20 grossing movies worldwide, which were Demolition Man at number 12 and Cliffhanger at number 7. Which Cliffhanger made, first of all, number 7 for the year, but made $255 million for 1993, which I was like, holy shit, I didn't know it was that big.
Yeah.
Spielberg had 2 movies in the top 5, Jurassic Park with a little over $1 billion. And then Schindler's List was number 4 with $322.2 million.
Jesus.
By the way, Jurassic Park made over $500 million more than the number 2 movie, which was Miss Doubtfire, which made $441.28 million. And 1993 was just a good year for movies.
Yeah.
But anyway, and I know Last Action Hero's production schedule kind of doomed it from the beginning, but I don't think it helped that it went up against what would eventually become the 3rd highest grossing movie of the 90s.
Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah. Any guess what those first 2 would be?
Titanic and...
Oh, wait. Forrest Gump?
What's the other big one of the 90s? Yeah, probably Forrest Gump or Saving Private Ryan. I don't know.
No. The best Star Wars movie, Phantom Menace.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
So Titanic, Phantom Menace, Jurassic Park, top 3?
I forgot that one got under the wire for the 90s.
Oh, yeah, because it was 99?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what Joe just mentioned, 2 and 3, but Jurassic Park and Phantom Menace flip-flop depending on which list you're looking at. Mm-hmm. Like Star Wars is number 2 on Wikipedia's list, like the list listed on there. But Jurassic Park is listed second on a bunch of the others that I found. But I'm not sure if those lists, like those other lists outside of Wikipedia, are also counting their total box office, like complete, like total, like including re-releases and all that, like current box office, basically.
Yeah.
Because at that point, I think it would make sense because I don't know. Like I feel like Jurassic Park is probably, it seems like it's out in theaters more, like the original one, more than, they don't seem like they, like, it's always like an event whenever they re-release the prequels for Star Wars.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they always skip that second one, don't they, Erika?
Yeah.
Sons of bitches.
Still the only one I've ever seen in theaters. Well, originally.
I don't know if that counts like home video sales or whatever, because Phantom Menace, came out in 99, summer 99, and then maybe got released at the end of 99 and
yeah.
Well, that's
videos.
I think it was talking about just box office.
I specifically looked up box office sales. It would be for like their total. I don't know.
I think as far as like all the Jurassic Park sequels and movies, like none of them have really been very like. They're all interchangeable to me. You could ask me which one is which and which one happens where, and I'd be like, I don't fucking know. It was a dinosaur movie that came after the first one. I don't know. But I think this movie would be really fun as a sequel now. Like if you brought the kid back and made him the like movie theater old guy or, mid whatever, and had like a new kid come through and still have Arnold like come through and be the action hero and everything. Like I think it could still work. And just get like a better rewrite and everything on it. Like the theme and trope of it and everything would just be still just as good.
There you go, giving him ideas.
Like he's like one last job type of guy, because he's all old and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Either way, even if Last Action Hero had pulled in, let's say, like Terminator 2 type numbers, Jurassic Park still would have completely dominated at the box office.
For sure.
Yeah, because that was like 520 million. Like the whole situation kind of reminded me of being like a Padres fan. They make it to the World Series in 1984, have to play a Tigers team that's consistently ranked as one of the top teams, like 20 teams of all time. They make it again in 1998, play a Yankees team that's like one of the best teams of all time, like one of the top 4. It's just, I'm assuming if they ever make it again, they'll probably end up playing like, I don't know, either the 1927 Yankees somehow, or like a team just consistently, like consisting entirely of Babe Ruth clones. Or robots or some shit like that. Mm-hmm. Like the first robot team, the Dodgers have signed the first robot player. And you're like, motherfucker. And that's the year that they make it to the World Series. Mm-hmm. Anyway, sorry. The one thing associated with the film that did end up being successful or doing well was the movie's soundtrack, which apparently was quite the banger, so I've been told. It was released June 18th, 1993 and certified platinum by that August. So I think that's 1 million.
Damn. Yeah, I have no idea what's on the soundtrack.
It featured songs from AC/DC, Alice in Chains, Megadeth, Queensryche, Def Leppard, Anthrax, Aerosmith, Fishbone, which I think is a ska band.
Fishbone,
Isn't
that's a ska band.
Okay.
No.
Are you thinking of Real Big Fish?
Yeah, you're thinking...
No, Fishbone.
What's Fishbone? I'm pretty sure Fishbone.
That's, fuck, what did they... I'll look it up right now.
Yeah.
It's a ska band.
I can't just put Fishbone. You got to put Fishbone.
It's like either
band.
a ska band or a fucking jam band or some shit like that.
It's music for white people. It's basically what you're saying.
American rock.
Definitely.
Ska, punk, funk, metal, reggae, and soul. So it's ska.
Yep. Okay, who else after Fishbone?
Sorry. Tesla, which is, I think it's a metal band.
Never heard of it.
And then Cypress. What?
I was just going to say that is the only band on this soundtrack that I've not heard of.
And then Cypress Hill, who were hopefully backed by the London Symphony Orchestra.
Yeah.
5 of the songs were released. 5 of the songs.
Sorry. Somebody ordered While High.
I was like, one of those two will get it.
Sorry, that's the third Simpsons reference if you don't know the fucking tiny minutia details.
Yeah, that's also like a pretty specific one too.
Yeah.
Cypress Hill, I'm looking at you. 5 of the songs were released as singles, the biggest one being AC/DC's Big Gun, which became the band's first song to top Billboard's rock songs chart. So their first like number 1 song, like on the rock chart. Yeah. Anyway.
Good for them.
Yeah.
Wait, what else were they?
Hell's Bells.
No, I know, but like,
what else did?
No, I know what they fucking did.
I don't know.
What else
do you
did they
want
do?
me to say?
No, like you said, that was the first one that topped the rock charts. Like, what other charts were they fucking on?
Oh yeah,
Billboard.
Maybe they weren't. Maybe
Rick D's.
Like the weekly the top 40, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah,
or top 100? Or it's the hot 100 or whatever?
I mean, all of those are things.
Like the main one, basically.
The Billboard.
Yeah, Billboard.
Yeah, those are all Billboard charts, but like there's a ton of Billboard charts. But there's one like main one, which is mostly for pop music. But
the way you said it sounded like they topped like the chart,
the rock chart.
Yeah, but you're like, that was their first one to top the rock chart. It made it sound like, I know what you're trying to say, but for me, it sounded like they topped like the pop charts before.
Yeah, they were constantly on top of the reggaeton chart.
Right.
Maybe they were. Now I'm curious. They might have been, because I don't know, back in like the 70s or something, when music was super popular. But anyway, Arnold actually featured in the music video for the AC/DC music video, where he's dressed like guitarist Angus Young. And here's a pic of that.
Oh, yeah.
Which is a great picture.
Yeah, that was the only band. That was the only band I recognized in the soundtrack.
AC/DC?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I've heard of all the rest of the bands. I've listened to music from...
I've heard all the other bands, well, besides Fishbone, apparently.
I can't get over that fucking hat.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, and we're going to stop right there, but we'll be back next week to check out some promo videos and find out how Arnold dealt with the movie bombing at the box office, as well as how he feels about the movie now. As always, thank you so much for listening, and please don't forget to leave us a rating and review on either Apple Podcast or Spotify, because it really helps us out. Anyway, thanks again, and we'll see you next week.
See you at the party, Richter!
If you enjoy our show, please consider giving us a positive review on Apple Podcasts or your podcast app of choice. You can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at The Potty Richter to make sure you never miss an episode. See You at the Potty Richter is a production of Tape Deck Media. Follow Tape Deck on Instagram at tapedeck_media, or look us up on Facebook for more hilarious podcasts.
This has been a Tape Deck Media production. Thank you for listening.